Wish people on the BMO with us. These are members of our 6th grade religious school class who are a part of a greater group but are representing their class tonight at this special 6th grade Shabbat service. And we also overhead will have some artwork that has been prepared for us by some of the other students who could not make it with us this Shabbat, related to the service and the prayers and Jewish themes that they would want to share with you. We are so grateful to be together, and we begin with the singing of Hine Ma Tov, how good it is and how pleasant it is for us all to be together. This may be a new melody for some of you, but it is very participatory and will help you to learn it and to join and to sing along with us. Hine ma tov umanai shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov umanai shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov umanai shevet achim gam yachad. Tov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Hine ma tov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. We wish you all a Shabbat Shalom. We are so happy that you are with us. And we begin our service on page 120 as we light and bless the Shabbat candles together. And we're going to ask our 6th grade class to come up to the podium and lead us. Page 120. Ava and Willow are going to lead us. Ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the lights of Shabbat. We read together on the bottom of page 121.
O source of light and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us to find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we shall speak into our hearts and lives. Bless all who enter this sanctuary in need, all who bring the offerings of their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love. Amen.
We continue now with the singing of Lecha Dodi. We turn to page 138. We join together in verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. La 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 Lecha Dodi. La 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 Likrat Kala. La 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 Pnei Shabbat. Pnei Shabbat Lekabela. La 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 Lecha Dodi. La 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 Likrat Kala. La 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 Pnei Shabbat. Pnei Shabbat Lekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad Hishmianu el hamiuchad Adonai echad Ushmo echad L'shem hu tiferet V'litilah Lai 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 La 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 lai lecha dodi La 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 lai likrat kala La 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 lai b'nei Shabbat ekabela Likrat Shabbat Lechu v'nelcha Ki makor haberacha Mirosh mikedem Nesucha Sof ma'aseh Shabbat tchilah Lai 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 La 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 lai lecha dodi La 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 lai likrat kala La 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 lai b'nei Shabbat ekabela Hitorri Kivaurei Umiori Uri Shir Daberi Kevot Adonai Alayik nigla Lai 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 La 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 lai lecha dodi La 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 lai likrat kala La 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 lai b'nei Shabbat ekabela Boi v'shalom Ateret bala Gam besimcha Uvzola Tochemunei Am sekula Boi chala Lai 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 La 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 lai lecha dodi La 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 lai likrat kala La 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 lai b'nei Shabbat ekabela La 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 lai lecha dodi La 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 lai likrat kala La 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 lai b'nei Shabbat And now, before we turn to the Chatzi Kaddish, I ask you all to turn to each other to say Shabbat Shalom, to introduce yourself to those you may know or those who may be unfamiliar. If you are a guest for the first time at Temple Shalom, please say so. We welcome you. Turn now to page 263. We rise for the Chatzi Kaddish and remain standing through the Shema Yisrael. Yitzgadol ve'yitzkadash Shemin Rabbah Amen V'yalmad divrach chirutei V'yamlich malchutei V'chayachon v'mechon V'chayachon beit Yisrael Bagala ובזמן קריב וימרו אמן יהי שמירה במבורך לעלם ולעלמי עלמיה יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא
נשיא ותתן, ותעלה ותעלל, שמד קודשו בריחו. לילה מנחות ברכתה, ושירתה. תושבחתה ונחמתה, תמירן בעלמה, ויאמרו אמן. לי, 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 Adonai ha-mivorach, Baruch Adonai ha-mivorach, le'olam va'ed, le'olam va'ed, ya'elalai, lai, lai, 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 ya'elalai, lai, lai.
We continue as we read together on the bottom of page 265.
Adonai, your majesty is proclaimed by the marvels of earth and sky. Sun, moon, and stars testify to your power and wisdom. Day follows day in endless succession, and the years vanish, but your sovereignty endures. Though all things pass, let not your glory depart from us. Help us to become co-workers with you and endow our fleeting days with abiding worth.
Baruch atah Adonai, Amari v'Aravim, Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha Ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, Hukim u'mishpatim, Otanu limadeta, Al ken Adonai Eloheinu, B'shachvenu v'kumeinu, Nasiach b'chukacha, V'nismach b'divrei Toracha, U'b'mitzvotecha, Le'olam va'ed, Ki heim chayenu, ve'orach yameinu, v'hem negeh yomam v'layla, ve'v'atachach al tazir mimenu le'olamim. Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael.
And we're going to invite our sixth grade students up to the podium to help us lead the Shema Yisrael into the Be'ahah. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kavod Malachuto Le'olam va'ed. Baruch Shem Kavod Malachuto Le'olam va'ed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. And we're going to ask any of our B'nai Mitzvah students to join our 6th grade students in leading us in the chanting of the Ve'ahavta on page 268.
Shinatam levanecha, v'divartam bam, v'shiftecha v'netecha, u'leftecha b'derech, u'shotbecha u'vkumecha, u'shartam le'ot al-yedecha, v'hayu l'totafot b'neinecha, u'ftaftam al mizuzot beitecha, u'v'yisharecha, L'man tizkeru, v'asitem et kol mitzvotai, v'yitem kedoshim le'elohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem, asher hotzeiti etem me'eretz Mitzrayim, ve'yovahem Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem.
We read together on the bottom of
You shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. Take to heart these instructions which I charge you this day. Impress them upon your children. Recite them when you stay at home and when you are away, when you lie down and when you get up. Bind them as a sign on your hand, and let them serve as a symbol on your forehead. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Thus you shall remember to observe all my commandments and be holy to your God. I am Adonai your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am Adonai your God. Adonai Elohechem Emet.
responsibly on page 269.
We worship the power that unites the universe, a promise of harmony for all. Yet that oneness eludes our grasp as imperfection and evil abound. Before our eyes there is a vision of order and perfection and goodness. There is evil enough to break the heart, and there is good enough to exalt the soul. When will redemption come? When we grant everyone what we claim for ourselves. Long ago we escaped the tyranny of Egypt. Our people saw the power of the Most High. We learned God's presence redeems time and event, so we celebrate this power that makes for freedom.
We turn to page 270 with our ancient song of redemption. We join together in the singing of Micha Mocha.
Micha Mocha, Bailim Adonai. Micha Mocha, Nedar Bakodesh, Nora Kilo, Osefele, Nora Kilo, Osefele. Micha Mocha, Bailim Adonai. Micha Mocha, Nedar Bakodesh, Adonai, Imloch, Le'olam Vayed, Adonai, Imloch, Le'olam Vayed. Micha Mocha, Bailim Adonai. Micha Mocha, Nedar Bakodesh. V'nemar kifar Adonai et Yaakov, u'yalom yad chazak mimenu. Baruch ata Adonai Gal Yisrael.
We read together on the bottom of page 271.
Give us a place to rest, O God. Shelter us in the long, soft evening shadows of your truth. You are true protection and safety. In your presence we find love and acceptance. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours.
Baruch atah Adonai, hapore sukkot shalom, aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael, v'al Yerushalayim.
On the bottom of page 272, we join together in the singing of Yismechu. Those who keep Shabbat by calling it a delight will rejoice in your realm.
ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי שבת, שומרי שבת וקוראי עונג, ישמחו במלכותך, ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי שבת, שומרי שבת וקוראי עונג, ישמחו במלכותך, המקדש שבי, כולם ישבעו ויצנגו מטובך, והשביעי רצית בו וקידשתו, חמדת ימים מותו קראת, זכר למעשה בראשית, ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי שבת, שומרי שבת וקוראי עונג, ישמחו במלכותך.
We turn to page 273 and we rise, Adonai Sefatai Tiftach, Ufi Yagi Tehilatacha.
La 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 la, Adonai. La 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 la, Sefatai Tiftach.
Ya la 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 la, ufi yagi,
Ufi yagi tehilatacha. Ya la 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 la, Adonai. La 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 la, Sefatai Tiftach. La 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 la, ufi yagid, ufi yagid tehilatacha.
And we invite our sixth graders and our B'nai Mitzvah students up once again to the podium to lead us in the chanting of Yavot and Givurot on page 274 and 275.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avoteinu v'Imoteinu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Leah Elohei Rachel Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor v'Hanorah El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'konei ha'akol, v'zocher ha'stei avot v'imahot, v'mevei geula lifnei b'neihem, l'man shemo be'ahava, melech ozer u'moshia u'magen. Baruch atah Adonai, magen Avraham v'ezrat Sarah. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, מחלחל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא עולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו, לשני עפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומידו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. Baruch Ata Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God.
Please be seated. We continue as we read together on the top of page 281.
For the good in us, which calls us to a better life, we give thanks. For the strength to improve the world with our hearts and our hands, we offer praise. For the desire in us which leads us to work for peace, we are grateful. For life and nature, harmony and beauty, for the hope of tomorrow, all praise to the source of being. Baruch Ata Adonai, Hatov Shimcha Ulecha Na'el Lehodot.
On page 282, we join together in the singing of Shalom Rav. Shalom Rav is our prayer for peace, but it is not just peace we ask for, it is abundant peace. Rav connotes some kind of abundance that we need. And we ask God to deliver peace for us, for our communities, in our hearts, in our homes, and certainly in this world that is so in need. We lift our voices together.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech adon lechol Shalom, ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. ברוך אתה אדוני המברך את עמו ישראל בשלום.
Pray silently the words on 284 and 285, or the prayers that are in our own hearts.
יהיו לרצון עם Adonai, Suri Vekoali,
Tonight we have the great pleasure of learning words of Torah, Divrei Torah, from our wonderful 6th grade class with the amazing guidance of their teacher, Jackie Larson. And we invite them to come forward.
Tonight, we want to talk to you about two important things we are learning about this week. First, we'll talk about a special day, Lag BaOmer. Then, we'll explore the Torah portion for this week, which talks about the rule of an eye for an eye.
This time of year, we reflect on the mystery of 7. In Judaism, the number 7 is very significant because it represents completeness in the full cycle of creation. In our sermon tonight, we will talk about a special period of time, the Omer, which is the space between the holy times of Passover and Shavuot. It is no coincidence that this period of time lasts for 7 weeks.
The meaning of Shabbat. The meaning of Shabbat is to celebrate time rather than space. 6 days a week, we live under the tyranny of things of space. On Shabbat, we try to become attuned to holiness in time. It is a day on which we are called upon to share in what is eternal in time, to turn from the results of creation to the mystery of creation, from the world of creation to the creation of the world.
Have you ever heard someone say an eye for an eye? Maybe you thought this meant if someone hurts you, you get to hurt them back in the same way. That's not exactly what the Torah means. This rule actually comes from a very important part of the Torah. In the book of Exodus, where it says an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. When we hear this, it might sound like it's about revenge, but it's actually about justice.
The Torah doesn't mean that if someone loses an eye, they should take someone else's eye. What it really is teaching us is that when someone causes harm to another person, they must pay for the damage. That the goal is fairness, so the person who causes harm has to make up for it. This week's Torah portion lists 7 holy times, which are special days in the Jewish calendar that hold deep meanings. It also focuses on 6 days of creation and Shabbat, the 7th day, which sets apart as a time to reflect on the mystery of creation.
Let's talk about something really exciting, Lag BaOmer. It is a special holiday we celebrate tonight, a day of happiness that creates space during the Omer, between the holy observances of Passover and Shavuot. On Lag BaOmer, we celebrate Rabbi Akiva's teachings, especially his most famous lesson, love your neighbor as yourself. This is a commandment that teachers use to treat others with kindness, respect, and understanding, just like we would want to be treated.
In the Talmud, our sages explain that the eye for an eye rule is not meant to be taken literally. It is a way of saying that the punishment or compensation should match the harm that was done. The idea is that everyone should be treated fairly and with respect, and justice should be done to make amends. Treat your neighbor as yourself. Correct your mistakes the way you would hope someone corrects them for you.
So what can we learn from these teachings? The way we treat people matters. This week, we challenge you to think about 2 things, fairness and kindness. First, if you make a mistake, try to make it right. Just like the Torah teaches us, it's important to correct what we've done wrong and to show responsibility. Second, as we celebrate Lag BaOmer, let's remember Rabbi Akiva's famous lesson, treat others the way you want to be treated. Whether at school, at home, or with your friends, always look for ways to show kindness. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. We want to extend our gratitude and pride to the sixth grade class for their leadership in tonight's service. Kol HaKavod, what an honor it is to have you lead our service on this Shabbat. In addition to our students, we want to say thank you to our sixth grade parents, our sixth grade teacher's aide, Ashlyn Seiler, and of course, our wonderful sixth grade teacher, Jackie Larson. Jackie is a professional teacher by trade, and it shows. You can see for yourself how good she is and how very blessed we are in having her in our religious school in the sixth grade, which is one of our most important years as it precedes the seventh grade year of B'nai Mitzvah. This is Jackie's first year teaching here, and we hope that she'll remain with us for years to come. Now, in your sermon tonight, you guys did well to mention the miracle of the number 7, and I'd also like to point out in our Torah portion this week that there are some other important 7s, such as the 7-branched menorah, which was a fixture in both the Mishkan, the tabernacle in the desert, and the Beit HaMikdash, the Holy Temple in Jerusalem, and is a prominent Jewish symbol to this day. Many people believe that the 7-branch menorah, like you said, represents the 6 days of creation with Shabbat elevated above the rest. And there's also another 7 in this week's Torah portion, the 7 relationships that are defined by being close to someone. So at a funeral, when you have that black ribbon and you rip that ribbon for Kriya, that signifies that you are one of 7 relationships. Those relationships would be son or daughter, mother or father, brother or sister, or spouse. So those are the 7 relationships. And you also mentioned Lag BaOmer, which we are in the, which we celebrated, I think yesterday, Lag BaOmer, which makes today the 34th day of the Omer. So at this time, I'll invite everyone to turn to page 570 as together we count the Omer. So we are in the middle of the page. Please join me in this blessing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sefirat haomer. Our praise to you, Adonai, sovereign of all, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to count the Omer. And so we plug in day 34 into the equation. So this evening marks the 34th day of the Omer, which is 4 weeks and 6 days of the Omer. So we say Hayom Arba'a Ushloshim Yom Shehem Arba'a Shavuot Veshisha Yamim LaOmer. Today is the 34th day, which is 4 weeks and 6 days of the Omer, and together let us say Amen. At this time, we will continue with Misha Beirach.
And as we have done every Shabbat since October 2023, we say a blessing for our brothers and sisters in the land of Israel who are suffering through this very difficult time. We turn to page 377 as we say this blessing together. Avinu Shabashamayim, Sur Yisrael v'goalo, Barech et Medinat Yisrael, Reshit Tzmichat Geulatenu. O Heavenly One, Protector and Redeemer of Israel, together, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love, and spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there, as together we say, Amen. And now we say a Misha Beirach, a prayer of blessing, of healing for mind, body, and spirit of our loved ones. I'm going to name those whom our Temple Shalom community wishes to mention and As I look at you, I ask you to also mention the names of your loved ones. Those of you who are joining us online can feel free to type the names of your loved ones in the chat. On this Shabbat, we make mention of Pat Heaslip, Leslie Aguirre, Judith Worshel Burnett, John Harvey, Kevin Tweet, Gary Shakespeare, Karen Como, Laura Olson, Steve Olson, Kevin Jaycox, Susie Linkins, Catherine Archer, Abby Kaminsky, Sally Wolf, Edward Zura, Lillian Sherman, Jules Braun, Jerry Chanin, Lucy Belopowski, Lisa Hott, Paul Calabrese, Paula Brovender, Janice Solomon, Ricky Gold, Carol Babina, Kimberly Paris, Milton Meshwer, Leah Batchava, Shanna Goldner, Kathy Waltzer, Sharon Cummins, Shannon Stewart, Sarah Augenbrun, Dina Dennenberg, Melissa Vaughn, Chaim Bedsar Devora, Jessica Rose Donahue, Ellen Sue Hattenbach, Ray Baychek, Carol Cedarbaum, Reza Edelbart Milka, Bodie Clues, Carlos Manoy, Leslie Tabin, Owen Ken, Ken Rosenthal, Don Bernstein, Faye Hyman, Ariel Donahue, Doris Lyman, John DiZarega, Saul Rosen, Betty Paulson, Tal Berzada, Serena Kiss, Roya Aran, Ina Barron, Brandon Blatt, David Leibowitz, James Byington, Casey Gent, Andrea DeToma, Carolyn Fleischer, Michael Lamont, Kelly DeRosa, Madeline Dorfman, Sophia Trotter, Kennedy Akins, Stacy Burnett, Stuart Rogan, Nita Landau, Philomena Fabian, Eric Weinstein, Allison Green, Bunny Goldberg. Please add any names that you wish now. Join together, singing
Mishberach Avotinu, Avraham, Yitzchak, veYaakov. Mishberach Imotinu, Sarah, Rivka, Leah, veRachel. May the one who blessed our mothers, may the one who blessed our fathers, hear our prayer. 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 And bless us as well.
We ask you now to rise as we join together in the singing of Aleinu. We turn to page 586.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתהינו לה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הרצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שמו חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
However brief may be our time on earth, you, O God, endow our fleeting days with abiding worth. Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. We note with sorrow the recent passing of Robert Wiesen, cousin of Bob Miller, Lenore Liebman, mother of Beth Church, Dr. Jack Rice, Dr. Milton Bronstein, brother of Mona Brown, Dan Levin, father of Alexis Levin, Sue and Arnie Scheinman, loved ones of Deborah Waltzer, Dr. Lawrence Kobolinsky, father of Cantor Haley Kobolinsky, and Lynn Tepper, friend of Jody Przybisky.
And in our community this week, we commemorate the yortzites of Ida Dressler, Louis Flickstein, Michael Foreman, Faye Lynette, Benjamin Zuckerman, Sylvia Bamberger, Diane Green, Pearl Greenberg, Steve Shapiro, Helen Green, Barbara Honig, Louis Samuel Hazan, Mitchell Minoff, Shelley Goodman Ross, Lillian Lieberman, Edith Mayer, Melba Stewart, Leonard Bachek, and Sandra Sklar.
Our griefs and sympathies are mingled as we repeat the words hallowed throughout the generations, the words of the mourner's Kaddish on page 598.
Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, Be'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, B'chayechon v'yamechon v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala v'zman kariv v'yimru Amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevorach le'alam ulamei almaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudsha brichu, Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechemata, da'miran be'alma v'yimru Amen. Yehei shlam araba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru Amen. Oseh shalom b'romav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru Amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort the bereaved among us, as together we say, Amen. Please be seated. We are just so grateful that we were able to share this Shabbat with our wonderful 6th grade class. Thank you so much for representing our Sunday school, our religious school, so beautifully this evening. Just to remind you all, our Temple Shalom annual meeting will be this Sunday, May 18th at 10 a.m. We need you there to represent and to help us pass our annual budget and to help us do all the business that we have with the temple. And also an added incentive is that our raffle winners will be announced. If you participated in the raffle this year, there is still time to do it if you haven't. I'm told that someone will be set up from 9:30 on Sunday morning to be able to sell last-minute raffle tickets. Please participate to be a part of everything that we need to sustain the temple. We have choir rehearsals ongoing for Rabbi Lipson's 50th celebration. This Sunday at May 18th will be our next rehearsal at 1 p.m. The town of Fairfield invites us all to a proclamation ceremony in honor of Jewish American Heritage Month on Monday, May 19th at 2 p.m. There are 2 powerful interfaith education and solidarity forums that we are participating in with Connect, congregations organized for New Connecticut. Number 1 is Confronting Islamophobia and Anti-Muslim Hate, Monday, May 19th. And number 2 is Confronting Anti-Semitism and Anti-Jewish Hate, Wednesday, May 21st from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. And the way to participate is to scan the QR code that comes to you through your emails. Our next Temple Shalom bereavement group with Rabbi Jason will meet Monday, May 21st. Our next 10th grade confirmation class will also meet Wednesday, May 21st at 7 p.m. on Zoom. We invite you to join us for that beautiful confirmation service, May 30th at 8 p.m., where our 10th grade students will help us lead the service and talk about issues important to them and their Jewish identity. And we honor our confirmands, James Hayes, Evan Johnson, Josie Ween, and Amay Foreman. We wish you a happy Shavuot, a Chag Sameach, and in celebration of Shavuot, Rabbi Jason and I will be presenting an Erev Shavuot service and study, Sunday, June 1st at 7 p.m., where you'll join us for an evening, a short prayer service for the Erev Shavuot, and then we are going to delve into some of our favorite, most inspiring tidbits of Jewish wisdom. So we hope that you will come and celebrate and learn with us in that evening of interactive learning. We, of course, ask you to RSVP if you have not already done so to the wonderful celebration of 50 years of Rabbi Mark Lipson's service to Temple Shalom. This will be Sunday, June 8th. It is going to be a singular event in the life of this congregation. We've been working on it
nonstop, and it is going to be absolutely spectacular. We hope that you will join us that day. Torah study meets as usual every Shabbat morning at 9 a.m. online, and we invite members of our 6th grade class to join us, help us lead the Kiddush and Motzi. Kiddush can be found on page 123. I forgot to mention one thing, that our service on Shavuot, that our night of service and study, will also include Yizkor Memorial as part of that service.
And cheesecake.
And cheesecake. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagal.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'yava uv'ratzon inchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila lemikra kodesh zecher letziyat
Mitzrayim kivanu bacharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ava u'v'ratzon inchaltanu baruch atah Adonai nekadesh Shabbat. Amen. Manischewitz.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
We conclude our service with the singing of Oseh Shalom. May the one who makes peace bring peace to all of us, to all of Israel and all the world.
Oseh Shalom b'imroma hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Oseh shalom b'imroma hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Oseh shalom b'imroma hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen.
And the 6th grade will greet you on the way out to the Ones.